Hello everybody, welcome back to the Wisconsin Greg Show. Thought I'd get on here and do a little vlog today. Haven't done one for quite a while. It's been a few days since I've been on YouTube, so I thought I'd better get on here. Uh, it's so bright outside. The sun is just so bright. It's just blinding. So I came in the old dairy barn here. It used to be my grandpa's years and years ago. It's kind of fallen apart. It needs a lot of work, but in today's economy, it's very hard to do it with the cost of everything costing so much. I sure would like to fix it and get her back to shape someday, but I don't know if that's ever going to happen. But I'm gonna keep hoping for it someday that I can bring this back to life. This barn was built in 1903, and then from what I understand, it's got the dates up here on the top. In 1946, they raised up the barn, I think, and I believe it had a stone foundation, and I think they removed that. It probably was falling apart and stuff, and they put a concrete foundation in it and stuff. But so this old barn is pretty old, 1903. I'll see if I can show you the dates out there. They're kind of falling apart too, but it's pretty old. I don't know if I've ever done a video in here or not. I'll just give you a quick peek. But anyway, I just came in here to get out of the sun because I can't see my screen out there. It's so bright. Kind of feel bad making this video today. I know a lot of people in the south and stuff are suffering from a recent hurricane, and up here right now it's really beautiful. So just hopefully, I hope none of my YouTube family had any bad experiences down south. Some of them I haven't heard from yet, but I hope everybody's out there is doing okay. But anyways, let me turn this around here quick. Not going to show you a whole lot of the barn because it's pretty bad shape. I'm kind of ashamed of it, but some people have never been in an old dairy barn like this, so I thought I'd show you. You got the old stanchions there where the cows used to stand, and then they'd get milked, and then there's a barn cleaner here. The chain for the barn cleaner has been pulled out. Eventually these stanchions will probably be pulled out too, so I can maybe use it someday if I ever get the barn restored for storage in here. But anyways, it's kind of interesting how they did things back then. Wasn't much lighting in here. You can see just down the center, just a few bulbs here and there. They depended on a lot for a light from the windows on the side, I guess. But it was probably kind of pretty dark in here if they were milking late at night or early in the morning. Hey, you can kind of see it's kind of broke off. It's 1903 is when it was built, and I believe the 1946 is when the foundation was redone. It's kind of over here. It's kind of hard to see because of the shadows and stuff, but it's an old barn. Did have a new metal roof put on probably quite a few years ago, maybe 15-20 years ago, just to keep it from going bad, but it needs a lot of other work. The last few days around here, soybean harvest has been going crazy. This is a field across from my house. It's all done. They got it left in the windrows. I guess they're gonna probably round bale it, the stalks. A lot of people just spread it out and just let it go back into the ground. Over here, I don't know if you can see, I don't know if I can zoom in there. They're harvesting that field back there today. That's another one of my neighbors way back there. Got their trucks and wagons sitting there. I believe the combine is out in the field working right now. This is my farm here. It's all harvested. They did that yesterday. I guess just a little bit yesterday morning. I think most of it was done the day before in the afternoon. I used to run this farm until 2 years ago. This is the second year I've rented it out. It's 80 acres. I just decided to rent it out because the risk was too high at getting at my age. I'm about ready to retire. I was planning on retiring in April of this year, or of next year, April. But I thought, I didn't know if all my new viewers knew that or not. That's kind of how I got started, is making some farm videos. And it's very beautiful out here. If you see this, see the clouds in the sky, they were just beautiful today. I just released a video just before this one of a time lapse, and if you want to see that, I'll leave the link in the description. It's just a few minutes long, but it's very beautiful of the clouds moving through. All right, I came back inside the house. It's just so bright out there, the sun. I don't know why it's so bright. It's crazy. Maybe because the skies are so clear or something. I don't know. Or that time of the year. But anyways, I came back in here. Just thought I'd talk about a few things. I just got done watching Serenity Studio Art. It's pretty interesting. If you haven't checked out her channel, go ahead and check it out. She is, I guess, legally blind, and I guess this is October is what do they call it? National Blindness Awareness Month. I think that's what they call it. And they were talking about that on there. They had another guest on there. I can't remember where he was from. They also have another lady on there that's from Israel. I found out. I didn't know she was from Israel. Marianne. She's on. She's on there quite often as a guest. Kind of interesting hearing about that. Said she'd be on the show today unless the siren went off. You know how they're having some issues over in that part of the country right now. It's pretty scary. It's too bad that people have to live that way and that has to happen, but hopefully she stays safe and everything else like that. It's just too bad that has to go on around the world, but it does. But just wanted to mention that I was listening to that. It's a pretty interesting show today. Want to put out some, I don't really get into religion on here, and I'm not pushing no religion, but I want you to think about the people of the hurricane that are got houses damaged and property damaged, and some people maybe lost their lives or family members and stuff. Keep them in your prayers and thoughts. Whatever you do, you know, I don't, whatever your beliefs are, just keep them in your thoughts, and wish them all the best, and let's hope the government takes care of them and helps them all out as they need. I don't know how that's going to work out. But anyways, I like to talk political, but I don't do that on this channel. As all you know, when I first started this channel, that's one thing I promise. I ain't going to push no religion, not going to talk politics, and I'm going to try to stick to that as much as possible. Let me tell you, it's very, very hard for me not to talk politics because I just love talking politics. I'm one of those strange ones. But anyways, just keep those people in your thoughts and prayers. There's a lot of people that are suffering right now and need a lot of help from that hurricane. Been pretty busy lately. My brother's had a lot of surgeries. I think he's had, let's see, he's had like 4 surgeries right now, and he's going to have another one and possibly another one after that. The other one's uncertain right now. All different things pretty much. He's just kind of getting himself all tuned up, I guess you call it. I think he might have put some stuff off because of during the COVID era and stuff when that happened, and he's just getting all tuned up and back into shape, and he's doing very well. So glad to see that. I'm very, very amazed at the stuff they do in the hospitals and stuff nowadays. Some of the stuff that they do nowadays, you're in and out, and years ago you'd be in the hospital for a long time. It's just amazing. I am totally amazed. But anyways, I've been driving him to the hospitals and stuff a lot, so that's been keeping me busy, and just glad he's doing well. I was just kind of wondering, a lot of you other vloggers out there, do you have any concerns with safety in your area, with security while you're out making videos and stuff? That's a kind of a concern of mine. There's been a lot of crime around my area. It's increased substantially in the last couple of years. I carry a firearm, and I'm don't worry about it too much, but anything can happen, especially when you're kind of occupied making a video. It's kind of better if you can take somebody, in my opinion, with you, another person, or have 2 people. You know, it's always better with more eyes on the what's going on around you. But I was just curious how it is in your area. Is crime up, down? Is it? Are you afraid to go out at night and walk in the dark after dark? I know a lot of people say that, and it's kind of that way around here. I mentioned it in another video how that a lot of the crime doesn't get solved around here. I mean, they had cars stolen from a car dealership right off the showroom floor, and as far as I know, they never got caught. I don't think those cars were ever found. Pretty amazing. Some gas stations and stuff got robbed, and they're closing up early now because of the crime after midnight and stuff. So they're closing at like 11 p.m. Just crazy. So if you are a vlogger out there, keep extra eyes out open, and carry protection, whatever you believe in. Carry, pepper spray, carry a firearm. I know a lot of you don't like firearms, but I'm a big believer in them. I'm a big Second Amendment supporter in firearms, and just stay safe, whatever you do, or do it more in the daylight and stuff. Just stay safe. But I'm kind of curious how it is if you feel safe making vlogs out there compared to 3, 4, 5 years ago. To me, it's just a little bit different around this area. So, anyways, I was just wanted to bring that up. I do want to mention that there's a big election coming on. I don't want to talk politics, who you should vote for, or anything like that. But I've been finding out just recently there's so many people out there that don't vote, and I'm totally amazed. And I know I've heard people say they don't believe and it's going to make a difference. And but geez, I would say for the few minutes of your time, it's worth the effort. Just doing nothing is not going to help, I don't think. And maybe you feel the opposite, that doing it isn't going to help neither. But to me, it's worth the chance to spend 5 minutes to go vote, or whatever it takes, 20 minutes, half hour to wherever you got to drive to or whatever. It's usually not that far away. But geez, I know, and I have some people on my Facebook channel that they just like to argue and argue and argue, and a lot of people don't know their voting record is public. It doesn't tell you who they vote for, but it tells you if they voted or not. And I'm finding out that a lot of the people that are giving me the worst, hardest times are the people that don't even vote. It's just crazy. So I figured if they don't go out and vote, I'm not wasting my time arguing with them. It's just like it's not worth my effort. They just want to argue. They're not even out there to do anything to make the place better. But that's just my opinion. I just thought I'd bring that up. And a lot of you probably didn't know your voting records are public. So you can go right on Google and punch in what is my voting record. All you got to do is put in somebody's name and what their birth date is, and you can see in the last 10 years how many times they voted. And so just be aware, some other people are paying attention to what you're doing. And if you're out there making a big old fuss about politics and you're not voting, you really don't have a whole lot of say, in my opinion. But just wanted to bring that up because I found out a lot of people didn't know their voting records were public, or that they go out how many times they voted and where they voted at and stuff like that. So that's as much as I'm getting into that, because I don't want to get into politics. But just go out and vote, in my opinion. It's not going to hurt anything, and it's got a good chance of maybe helping. So that's just my opinion. I've been getting ready for winter, doing a lot of stuff around here. Still got some stuff to do. I'm I guess, what do you call it, a procrastinator. I always put everything off to the last minute, but I usually get it done. So getting the stuff ready for winter and stuff, that's what I've been up to. Gonna start making some more Sasquatches. Hopefully that can make me some extra income. The ones I had are gone, or I got one up here. So if you're interested in one, I have them for sale, but they're not cheap. They take a lot of time to make, and product's expensive, paint's expensive. I had to buy a new jigsaw. Everything's expensive nowadays. You can't work for free. Taxes and stuff are expensive. Electricity's expensive. So I know a lot of people think they're going to get it cheap, but it's not. So, but if you're interested in one, they're almost 8 foot tall. They're like an inch shorter at 8 foot. I'm getting $150 for them. They're made out of exterior 3/4 inch plywood, water, made for the outside, exterior plywood, and they're painted at least 2 to 3 coats of real good paint. And it's got a primer mixed in it. The paint is primer and a paint together. So if you're interested in one, let me know. I don't have any available right now, but I'll be making some in the next week or so. That's the thing I'm gonna keep doing, is making some of them. So I know people want them, but some people don't want to pay for them. But there's people out there that'll pay for them. So I'm gonna start making some more of them. So, anyways, I was gonna talk about my garden a little bit this year. I was a little disappointed at the earlier part of the season, or probably first half or 3/4 of the season. A lot of you know I have what they call a back to Eden garden. It's with wood chips, and then you push the wood chips aside and you plant your rows, and then as the plants come up, you pull the wood chips back over, and it keeps the weeds down. And that was working pretty good for, I don't know, 3, 4, or 5 years, and now I'm having a problem where I did some soil tests on it, and the nitrogen is getting all depleted because when you plant, some of those wood chips get into the soil, and the wood chips kind of act like a sponge, and they just suck up the nitrogen. And then your plants don't get no nitrogen, and they come out, they look yellow, they don't grow very good. Once they get past growing like so big, and then like the sun, I think, can put in nitrogen into them, then they'll start taking off because they're getting the nitrogen from the sky and the rain and the sun, but they're not getting it from the soil. And so I gotta do some different stuff next year. I'm planning on pushing all my wood chips, hopefully before winter time this year, and putting some cow manure underneath the wood chips and putting it all back. And by spring it should be back in pretty good shape again, hopefully rich in nitrogen. Hopefully next year will be better. I do have some garden. I was going to do a garden video this year and I never did. I didn't think it was that great, and I didn't want to make a video. It just wasn't that great. But I mean, it did turn out okay. But I have some garden that's not the back to Eden without the wood chips, and where my sweet corn was, and where my peas and onions and stuff were, and tilled that all up, and I'm starting to plant winter radishes again, German Giant and Daikon radishes. I just love radishes, and those will last into the winter quite a long time too. But I'm planting them right now. They only take about a month to grow, and so I'm going to have a whole bunch of radishes, I think. So that's something else I've been up to working on. Just a lot of stuff going on in my life. Now you know I got a girlfriend now, and she's got a lot of stuff going on in her life, and we've been just keeping busy, doing a lot of dancing. I like to go dancing a lot. Well, I did win a thing from, I believe it was American Legion in East Troy. I won a prize. They raffled it off on the 4th of July, and they didn't raffle it off then. They sold the tickets during that time, and it was for a gun raffle. And I ended up winning a GLOCK, and that's going to be my new carry gun. I'm very, very happy with it. It's a model G43, and I love it. I got a 15 round magazine for it, and it's pretty nice prize. So I've been pretty lucky there, so I can't complain. So that's my new carry one. I used to have a model G27, which is about the same, but it's thicker. It doesn't hold as many, but it's just a little bit different model, but it's thicker. And I do like the thinness of the G43. So anyways, just wanted to come in here and say hello to everybody, tell you what I've been up to and what's been going on, and hope all you people that had bad stuff happen with a hurricane get over that, and hope it turns out for the best of all of you. Hopefully none of you got hurt or killed or anything like that, because I just hate to see that. Hope everyone's all right. I still got a couple I haven't heard from in North Carolina and stuff. So anyways,